Welcome to Void Contemplation Tactics, a 15-minute mindfulness experience combining video art, guided meditation, and heavy mellow sounds. This episode features South Korean musician Itta. We'll also hear some thoughts from Zen Teacher Lewis Richmond. My name is Daniel Buckmaster Chamberlin, aka Cosmic Chambo, and I'm here as a Kalyana Mita, or spiritual friend. I'm not a Dharma teacher, healer, or guru. I'm just here to share some of the things that I've learned while exploring the practice of Zazen, or sitting meditation, over the last 20 years. I encourage you to explore at your own pace, to see what makes sense for your particular set and setting. You might think of this experience as a guided walk in the woods. I have a path in mind and some things that I'd like to draw your attention to as we move through the forest. But you all have a natural sense of direction and a good idea of where we're headed. If something catches your attention along the way, please take however much time you like to explore at your own pace. Find the practice that works for your mindset as it is today, in the setting where you're listening to these sounds. I like to begin in a seated position. Zazen can be approached as a way of understanding our body's relationship with gravity, pausing to focus on our breathing and noticing how our physical forms are affected by this fundamental force. We're seeking a meditation form that gives us a sense of rootedness in the space in between earth and sky. One way to do this is to cross our legs and elevate our pelvis slightly above our knees. You can use a cushion, bench, or blanket. This creates a base for our bodies, a triangle formed between our knees and our backside. You can also sit in a chair or use other props. Assume whatever form your body needs as it is today. As Zen Master Sung San says, true meditation practice is certainly not dependent on being able to maintain some formal sitting posture for great lengths of time. Once you've situated yourself, let your hands rest on your knees and bring your attention to your breath. As you inhale, feel the air from the world around you flowing into your mouth and nostrils, traveling down your windpipe. Let the breath be your guide. As the earth's atmosphere fills your lungs, notice their expansion. Feel them pushing through their sacs of protective fluid against the hard lines of your rib cage. See if you can feel the way this movement affects all of the interconnected parts of your body. Let your low back curve gently inward as your chest swells with the influx of oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide, and water vapor. As you exhale, let your body sink into the space left behind by the outflow. Feel the carbon dioxide drifting out of your mouth to mix back into the microclimate around your head. Continue to pay attention to the information provided by your respiration. Let your form follow the guidance of your breath. When you're ready, release your hands from your knees and let them fall to your thighs, or wherever they end naturally, perhaps resting them in your lap and letting the back of one hand settle into the palm of the other. You can let your eyelids close completely or leave them open. Our practice is not about adhering to a specific posture. It's about finding a good vantage point for watching our minds. As you continue to breathe, ask yourself the question, what is this moment? There is no right or wrong answer to this question. The question is not, why is this happening? Or what will happen next? The question is, what is this moment? What is here with us in the now? We can find one answer to this question by following the breath and becoming aware of its many qualities. There's nothing to get, there's nothing to figure out. There's just this moment of ultimate reality and the full spectrum of interconnected perceptions that come with it. The feeling of respiration, the sense of the space where you find yourself, the texture of the air as it flows in and out of your body. All of the sensations that are constantly manifesting throughout your form. Greet the air at your nostrils and mouth, and follow all of these sensations that arise as it moves inside you. Feel it as it accumulates moisture and warmth from the protective fluids, the saliva, the mucus, and the blood that flow through these gates to your internal biome. Follow this humidified mixture of gases down your windpipe and into your lungs, where the oxygen is exchanged through alveoli for the carbon dioxide that you are now exhaling back into the space around you. What is this moment? Each cycle of respiration is an answer. Continue to follow the sensations as the external atmosphere penetrates deeper into your body. As it passes through the blood-air barrier, the oxygen from the world around you entering your bloodstream and flowing throughout your form, sustaining the foundations of your microbiome, the billions of bacteria, fungi, and microanimals that you support with your body, the community of organisms that calls your body home. Let this constant flow break down the self-inflicted binary of self and other. Let it dispel any illusion that you are separate from the world. Let your respiration be a reminder of your intrinsic and eternal connection with everything around you. When words and other thoughts arise, let them flow through you like the breath. Release the names of the feelings as you release your breath, removing the filter of conceptual thinking. Just as you are aware of the physical sensation of air moving through your respiratory system, notice the feelings that the words leave in their wake as they pass through your mind. If you're feeling lonely, try not to use the word lonely. Recognize the sensations that suggest this concept, the physical stimuli that trigger that signifier. The weight of your skull perched upon your neck, any tightness in your knees, or a feeling of emptiness in your heart. Can you allow these feelings to exist? Can you take care of them and not become distracted with finding a way to fix them? Let go of the story, and just for now, release the urge to diagnose. We focus on the breath in meditation because it is one of the few constants across the course of our conscious existence. It is a shared experience with the other air-breathing creatures here on Earth. It is a reminder of the interconnectedness of all things at their most basic level, and as such, it can be an entry point to our common experience of the continuum of the present moment. We all began in the same place, the space before thinking. We practice to see what it feels like in that place, to give our mind a rest from puzzling over whether or not our decisions, our feelings, our thoughts, or our life path is good or bad, right or wrong. This is life as it is, the one thing we can always rely on. The question is, what is this moment? And the answer can be found by experiencing whatever you're feeling right now without judgment.
Without the misfortune of my illness, I would not be able to teach in the way I do today. The encephalitis brought me to my knees, but in Buddhist practice, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I got to find out what is really important whether we're talking about Buddhist practice or life in general. When you take everything away, what have you got? That was the situation I had to work with. Having had everything stripped away, I understand that Buddha mind does not depend on our capacities. The engine of practice is always there going. I unlearned a lot. Sometimes, when I'm asked to describe the Buddhist teachings, I say this: everything is connected. Nothing lasts. You are not alone. This is really just a restatement of the traditional 3 marks of existence: non-self, impermanence, and suffering. I don't think I would have expressed the truth of suffering as "you are not alone" before my illnesses, but now I find that talking about it that way gets at something important. The fact that we all suffer means we are all in the same boat, and that's what allows us to feel compassion.
Continue to observe as the external atmosphere and your internal atmosphere intermingle to become one. Let these sensations of the present moment flow into your mind, and let the names of those sensations flow out of your mind. Thank you for joining me in this virtual meditation space, for taking the time to fade together into a primal state of eternal connectivity and perpetual nothingness. This is Cosmic Chambo sending you back to the provisional realm of names and forms, with the reminder that there is no understanding of stillness without the experience of true frenzy, that the road to the Jubilee often meanders through geographies of separation, and that, once in a while, you get shown the light in the strangest of places if you look at it right. If you have questions or comments, please find me online, everywhere, at Cosmic Chambo.